So this is the Samsung GalaxyBook 4 Edge laptop. As you can see, it's super thin, and this is the 16-inch version with an OLED display. Now this has the new Snapdragon X Elite ARM processor inside, which is really powerful, but also it allows these laptops to be really thin, light, and have amazing battery life. But there's a bunch of things I wanted to go through, what I've seen and noticed in the last 24 hours, especially coming from a MacBook Pro M1 Pro processor. So let's do it. First of all, the laptop's OLED display is insane. It is the most beautiful laptop display I have ever seen. I've never had an OLED display on a laptop. I've had them on tablets and phones and TVs, but never on a laptop. And going from the MacBook Pro M1 Pro to this is a big jump forward. The display is so beautiful on this 16-inch OLED display, and it gets plenty bright as well. Just very happy with the overall colors and look of this display. It is absolutely amazing. You can look at it from any angle that you want. The colors just pop. It's just a great display. It's one of the, obviously the first things you're really gonna notice about this is how amazing and beautiful the display is. Now, speaking of the display, it's also a touch display. So if you want to control this laptop with your hands, you can, and you can use it kind of like you would on a tablet or a phone. So you have that nice functionality with it as well, but you can also use the keyboard and the trackpad or an external mouse or keyboard. But it's still nice to have that functionality. Again, coming from a MacBook Pro, which does not have any kind of touchscreen on any of their laptops, and then coming to this, just knowing that I can do that. And also for kids too, like if you have a son or a daughter that wants to use a laptop and they're having trouble coming from a tablet over to a laptop, this is gonna help immensely with that because they're so used to using touch screens. So it's really good in that aspect as well. Now, I'm not gonna go in really any order of meaning, like I'm gonna go all the good stuff first and then all the bad stuff. Kind of just gonna throw everything in. And this is kind of a negative, and that is the speakers. The speakers just don't blow you away really at all. I really like the speakers on the MacBook Pros. They're really full sounding, they've got good volume. And then coming to this Samsung GalaxyBook 4 Edge, it's just a little bit tinny sounding. It doesn't get overly loud. It's not impressive, especially for the price that you're paying. This thing was like, I think 1,800 bucks or something like that. And then the speakers just aren't that great. They're not terrible, just not very impressive. I was hoping they would be a lot better, and it's definitely an area they could improve on in terms of overall sound quality, performance, bass, and all of that. Wi-Fi 7 is ridiculously fast on this thing. I'm not even near my main router. I'm near my like satellite router, and I was getting over a gigabit of speed, more so than I would get on my Wi-Fi 6E with my Samsung phones or on my Mac Pro or anything else. It's wicked fast with Wi-Fi. So if you have a Wi-Fi 7 router, like I do, I have an Orbi Wi-Fi 7 router, this thing screams speed with that. It's great to have Wi-Fi 7 built into the laptop. I mentioned that this is crazy thin. You gotta remember, it's a 16-inch laptop, so it gets it's a kind of big laptop, but it doesn't feel that big because of how thin it is. Look how crazy thin this thing is. It's awesome. I love how it looks. It looks super premium too. Like the look of it, everything is fantastic with it. They did a great job with the look of it and the overall build quality. It's really, really nice. Overall, I love the weight of it too. It's only 3.42 pounds for such a big laptop. So lightweight for the most part and very thin. One thing that annoys me and I love about the MacBooks is that on the MacBook Pro, I have USB-C ports on both sides, on the left and on the right, so I can charge either on the left or the right. I can only charge this thing on the left-hand side, which is a bit of a pain in the butt. They have a couple of USB-C ports on the left here along with an HDMI. And then on the other side, they have a micro SD card slot as well as a regular USB and a headphone jack. So a little bit of a pain in the butt that I can only charge on one side. Copilot Plus on this GalaxyBook 4 Edge is pretty cool. Being able to ask it questions or have it create images for me or help me to edit photos and different things like that is a cool touch. It's right on the laptop and it can handle that stuff with the NPU, or if it can, it's gonna upload it to the cloud and get me the answers and information that I need and want. You know, is it a game changer to the point where I'm like, man, I've been missing this my whole life? I'll be honest, no. Is it something that you could just have on other laptops and will come to other laptops and other devices? Yes. I've had it on my Android devices with Gemini and other AI, you know, whatever it may be, AI stuff on my phones. So it's all there, and then Apple's gonna get their own as well. Right now, it doesn't completely blow me away like it's a killer feature that I've been missing my whole life, and that it's just in the right place at the right time. Again, it's cool to have, but it's just feels like an app that's sitting on there, and I feel like a lot of people probably won't even end up using it, even though it's right in front of their face because it's on their home screen and stuff like that. But it's cool, but is it a game changer and it completely blows me away and it's like, oh my God, my life is blown? Not really. The Snapdragon X Elite does feel fast. Now, it feels fast in just day-to-day usage, using it when I'm going to websites and things like that, or just roaming around listening to music. You know, basic tasks that everybody uses on a day-to-day basis. Now, again, I've only had it for 24 hours. I threw a video in there on DaVinci Resolve, which is in beta, to be fair, with a 10-minute video, trying to save it at 4K, and it's still doing its thing. It's going at now, it says 6 minutes remaining. I did unplug it for a bit, but still, my MacBook probably would have handled this in less than 10 minutes, probably 6 minutes, 7 minutes. And again, I know it's beta software. Everything's not optimized yet for these ARM processors on Windows. A little bit of a letdown. DaVinci Resolve is already basically fully compatible on the Mac side. The beta of 19 is becoming compatible with the ARM processors on Windows. So it's not really a fair fight. And at the same time, I don't know, it's just a little bit underwhelming at the same time doing this. I get much better results with my MacBook Pro, M1 Pro, with DaVinci Resolve thus far. I mean, again, it's not a fair fight, so I don't want to be like it's a complete letdown, but it just doesn't fully excite me. The keyboard's pretty good. It lights up, it's backlit, obviously, and you would expect that for a $1,500+ laptop. The keyboard feels pretty good. Again, it doesn't completely blow me away, but it's fine. I love that it has the 10 key all the way over to the right, so I have the full range of numbers on there. The trackpad is really nice and easy to use with the multi-functions on there, so if I want to do gestures, it handles all of that stuff. It's fine. I'm completely fine and happy with the keyboard and the mouse compared to a MacBook. You know, it's fairly close, not a huge difference. It's tough to pick a winner on it, but I would give it a passing grade. There is a fingerprint sensor on this GalaxyBook 4 Edge. Works fine. Is it 100% accurate? No. Is it accurate enough to where it doesn't get annoying? Yes, it's fine. When doing certain tasks such as video editing or just using this laptop, it does get hot. You know, running this video right now, I can feel it. It's not burning my hand to where I'm like, oh my God, it's burning. For a kid, they might say it's burning. I can feel the heat right here, mostly right here along the laptop. Again, it's not terrible heat, but it is, I can feel it. It does get hot. So if you were hoping this thing to stay cool 24/7, it doesn't. It does get hot. It's even a little, it's definitely not this hot when I'm just browsing the web, but it does still get warm to the touch when you're using it. You can feel it if you put your hand underneath. When you're using the keyboard, I can feel a little bit of heat at the top of the keyboard. By the trackpad, I don't really feel any heat for the most part. So otherwise you do feel heat, and it's pretty quiet too at the same time. I can hear some fans. I'll put it up next to my microphone. But it's not overwhelmingly bad in terms of how loud it gets. It's pretty quiet. Now you might ask about gaming. The only game I tried was Fortnite. It wouldn't load up. It said it doesn't support ARM processors. I know some people with these Snapdragon X Elite processors have done some gaming on there. It's not overwhelmingly amazing. A lot of the games have to be optimized for this kind of processor. It's not like it couldn't run it. There's games on the MacBook side or the Apple side that do run really well, that are like AAA games. Not a lot of them. You got Resident Evil, you got Assassin's Creed, It's just a matter of time before games are pushed over to the ARM side and start running a lot better and you can game. But it is possible to game on here. Just don't expect super high-end gaming on here. Overall, my final thoughts about the GalaxyBook 4 Edge is it is a really, really nice day-to-day laptop. For someone that's just gonna use it day to day, like if I was gonna get my mom a laptop, I would have no qualms about getting her one of these laptops. They're lightweight, great battery life, which you're probably gonna ask me about battery life. I've only had it for 24 hours and I didn't even fully charge it yet, so I can't really say, oh, it's amazing. I'll have to get back to you on that. But I would love, this is perfect. This is the kind of laptop I would want to get my mom. I got her a MacBook Air, which she absolutely loves, but this would be completely fine too. This is expensive, but they do have cheaper versions of these types of laptops. So don't get raw, they're not all gonna be almost $2,000. Beyond that, am I impressed with it? No, I'm not. I'm not completely impressed with it. I wanted this for day-to-day tasks such as web browsing, for printing stuff off, for replying to emails for my business, on my YouTube channel, for running my business channel, for using Canva to do video editing. That will do, this is perfect for that. Getting into video editing, it can do it. It will probably get better over time. But as of right now, as I get a battery warning, as of right now, it doesn't feel up to snuff for that. It's a little bit of a turnoff. Again, this is bleeding edge technology for the most part. For the ARM side, I know there's been other ARM processors for Windows, but it finally feels like it's taking off and making a move in the right direction for people to begin using this. But it just doesn't feel fully ready. So if you're thinking about buying it, I'd probably say hold off if you're gonna use this for content creation or really heavy duty video editing and photo editing, or video editing, I should say. But again, it will get better over time. But this is, other than that, this is a really, really cool laptop and it's really nice and it's a total right step in the right direction. If you want to pick it up, I'll link it down below. Use my link, you support the site. Otherwise, thanks for watching, have a great day, and we'll see you down the road. Peace!